I am receiving this idea that those kids and those pioneers among us who are pushing the envelope will be the models of this emerging revolution, but the resistance from the existing educational system is very strong. So, and also what I notice is that these so-called digital natives are not as cool as they're painted to be. That is, they are cool because they have those tools as natural tools in front of them, but most of the time they are clueless on the best use of those tools themselves, out of the very easy superficial social tools that they start to learn right away. They don't seem to get what are the possibilities in front of them, because they don't really have models inside their educational institutions that help them think critically about the opportunities available to them. And the education system also makes them think in ways quite opposite, in the way of forming them as humans that can have value inside society, that are kind of opposite to the ones being offered by those very technologies. So I'm having some conflicts with all that.
Let's think about the Flat Classrooms project. In the Flat Classrooms project, it's the only one discussed in my book, Thomas Friedman's World is Flat book, Don Tapscott's Wikinomics book, and Grown Up Digital. What they do in the Flat Classrooms in DigiTeens project, they take a book like mine, or whatever book they might have, my blended book or whatever they've got, right? And they analyze the book. And in this case, these kids in secondary schools work with other kids around the world to understand the technologies that make learning open. This semester they're using my book, actually, The World is Open book. It's making them aware of what are the technologies for learning. Last year they looked at Grown Up Digital, the book from Don Tapscott, and they analyzed it across the world. So you're right, kids today have pretty savvy skills for their mobile devices. They can use them for chats and all this, but they're not for learning. So how do we transform the mobile devices, or these synchronous conferencing tools? In the Flat Classrooms project, they use Ning to form groups with other kids around the world, wikis to summarize the book across cultures, video conferencing like this to discuss what they've learned and do peer interaction. They use other kinds of tools like Twitter, microblogging, and blogs. How can that one-off project become the norm? How can those synchronous as well as asynchronous collaborative technologies push out through all schools? This is the power of technology I've been talking about since 1987. I think that video conference like this can let kids stand in each other's shoes. They can see perspectives. That, to me, can change the whole teaching and learning arena. We have to push into global ed, international ed for perspective taking. So I understand people in Italy better, which I don't, admittedly, or people in Pakistan or some other place around the world. To me, this is the most powerful way to use technology, is to do cross-cultural collaboration like the ePals projects and others. There's something called the iEarn project. That will get kids in K-12 schools thinking about collaboration, teaming, these digital skills that you're talking about, to critically analyze data. Not just accept what they see, but to analyze it with their peer groups. When they see a group in Italy critiquing a document that they thought was great, they'll see that they really weren't thinking about the credibility of the sources, the quality of the resources. When I've done any international collaboration with my students, with my teachers, they see that once we go to Finland or Peru or Korea, those students are analyzing the data in a different way. And they're opened up to the fact that they're really not going as in depth as they need to go. So I really think that international collaboration pushes us up from egocentric points of view to multiple perspectives. That's one way of using technology that can help with this digital teen issue.